Hi, Chris here. We're going to look at these directed counters and we're going to take our time to go slowly and build up to some really cool stuff that's going to help us into our algebra, into our trigonometry and everything. So it looks slow, but it's going to build really nicely. So my counters look like this along the bottom. I've got positive ones, and there's a positive one. So if I wanted to say positive 3, I could say positive 1, and then I could add some more, and there's positive 3. Tidy that up. Or I could say negative 1, and I could add a couple more of those negative ones, and now I've got negative 3. I'm going to tidy that up. I can do some other stuff too. What if I want to combine a positive 1 and a negative 1? We're going to use this idea of a zero pair because they really cancel each other out. We can think of negative 1 plus 1. If I add them together, they actually become 0. I'm going to show you that a couple different ways. So I'm going to add in this little number line here. And some people like those. So what if I had positive 1? See, my number line moves up to positive 1. And then I take away 1. I'm back down to 0 again. And if I threw another positive 1 on this side, I'm up to positive 1. I threw another negative 1 on this side, I'm back down to 0 again. So each of these positive 1 and negative 1s really we call them zero pairs. They can kind of cancel each other out, and we've got some zeros. We're going to use that in a minute. Now I want to try 3 minus 2. So I could do 1. I just like using the ones. I'm not using 2s and 3s yet. I can do 1, 2, 3. And I could certainly take away 2. So if I took away 2, I'm now down to 2. I'm back down to 1. That's one way of doing it. Or I could have the 1, 2, 3. And to take away 2, I could take away 1 and take away another one. That's taking away 2. And I'm down to the same answer of 1. But again, we can look at these pairs saying this and this becomes 0 pairs, and we're left with that positive 1. What if we tried 3 minus 5? So I'm going to tidy this guy up. And if I had 3, 1, 2, 3, and I want to take away 5, how do I get back down taking away 5 if there's only 3 to take away? So what I can do is use that negative pair stuff to say we're going to take away 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my answer is negative 2. Well, how do I also know that? Because I've got these these pairs, 0 pairs, and I'm left with negative 2. So 3 minus 5 is negative 2, and now we know why, because of those 0 pairs. Okay, now we're going to get a little trickier. We're going to look at 2 take away negative 3. Here's a problem, as I don't have any negatives to take away. So we're going to look at those 0 pairs again. I'm going to add a 0 pair here. It still has 2 as our total, but I've got this 0 pair, and I'm populating out some of these negatives for me that I can actually take them away. And this is going to work for lots of different things. So now I've got 2 take away negative 3. So I can take away negative 1, put it over here. I can take away negative 1. Now that's negative 2 away. I can take away again. Now I've got negative 3. I've taken away negative 3, and I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could look at this and say 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, and I can actually add them together this way too if I wanted to, just to show you one more feature of this cool system. So I'm looking again, I've got this positive 2, and then I've got this field of zeros. They're all these pairs together, and I can have as many of them as I want, and they're not going to change them, still at positive 2. And then again, I can take away 1, take away 2, take away 3, and I'm left with positive 5 on here. Or I can see I've got 5, and the rest are still, again, zeros or 0 pairs, and they don't really affect anything. They're just waiting there if I want to use them again.